Good afternoon. So this is part 2 of the review of the Soul Loss, Soul Retrieval workshop that we put on last weekend. So this section deals with soul retrieval. The part 1 was about soul loss and how we all suffer from some levels of soul loss, and how we can get it back. The shamans of the Andes have been studying this for centuries, thousands of years, and they have worked with it. They acknowledge soul loss. They studied how it affects our day-to-day lives, and they've come up with ideas. They've come up with ways of helping us return to our full souls and to our full vitality. So the soul retreats when it is when it senses danger, when it senses uncomfortableness, when it's not ready to or not equipped to understand the situation that has been thrust upon it. And so it retreats. And you can maybe think of it as a light bulb that just gets a little dimmer, and every time there's a traumatic event, the light bulb dims a little more. And so the goal of of all of us, and the goal of the Andean shamans, is to help us walk through life fully engaged, fully aware, without fear, and ready to live life to the fullest. And that's what we want to do. I think we all want to do that. We all want to live without fear and full of joy and laughter and song, to take part, to interact with our community. So once we have suffered some soul loss, there's ways of bringing it back, of bringing that connection back to the soul. And so the soul is sensing danger and retreats. So basic to soul retrieval is to create a safe environment for the soul to return to. And so the shamans of the Andes have come up with different ceremonies to facilitate this. And the one that we studied on our 2-day workshop was with the shaman and the client. And so it's a 2-person ceremony in which the shaman and the client more or less take a journey together, let's say, and connect with each other. The shaman creates a safe, loving environment and asks the soul to return. And once again, it's not the whole soul. It's just a portion that is related to the event that the client and the shaman are focused on. And when I say shaman, I'm using the term. Maybe I should just use the term practitioner. So you have a practitioner and a client. I say shaman because I've been involved with it for a number of years, but it doesn't have to be a shaman, let's say. So you have the practitioner and you have the client. So this ceremony that they do is centered around connecting the two together, and then the practitioner helping the client bring forth that part of the client's soul into a safe environment that can be sort of related to in a different way than what the client is used to. That all sounds rather vague, but in effect, you're changing your relationship with that event and how you interact with that event, and interact on a conscious level and on a subconscious level. And energetic level. And so if all of those ways that you interact with that event can be shifted, then your fear around that event can be shifted, and that energy, that knowledge of that event becomes a learning episode rather than a episode of avoiding. So once you've changed your energy around that event, you become available to the same, to similar situations down the road. So going back to part one, when I used encountering a homeless person or dancing as an example of a time you might have suffered soul loss. So once you have changed your relationship with however that unfortunate event took place, you become available to the dance floor again. And you also become available to interaction with people on the street. And you become more available to your community if you are more available in those two situations. You become more available to your family. It all helps you live a fuller life. And that is beneficial to you, your family, your community. And it lets you walk through life with less fears and open to more adventure, more living. So that is, and so we talked about some of the symptoms of soul loss. So it can lead to maybe helping with addictions, helping with relationships, helping with depression, seeing clearly the type of relationship you're in. If you were unable to look at yourself and the type of relationship you're in, then you are also unable to change it. So if you become available and not fearful of reviewing your situation, if you become skilled at taking a look at your situation in the world, then you can make changes if you need to, if you want to. But if you're fearful of making that sort of that list, you can't make changes. So that's what it's about. It's about understanding your fears, changing your relationship around those fears, and then making changes and having the skill and the courage to do such a thing and improving your life. So that's what we talked about for 2 days, and then we practiced it. We did some practical. We split up into groups. We do practice sessions as shamans, practitioners, clients, and we experienced and we learned that we're capable of doing these things. It's not unavailable to us. It's very available, and I find it very valuable, and I'm anxious to, teach and show people how it can change their lives. So thank you for listening, and maybe we will see each other in a workshop someday. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Have a great day.